Well, unfortunately, we ran out of memory space on our memory card there as we were wrapping up things with Jake Sproul in our interview. Unfortunately, didn't get one or two final questions in there with Jake, but covered a lot of ground, and it was a great interview, getting a chance to know that young man a little bit. A fantastic spring season, and looking for him to have a fantastic finish to what's going on here this summer. So appreciate Jake Sproul there, our Evergreen Family Medicine player interview, our last one of the season. And again, you can check out those interviews online on our YouTube channel, 1490 The Score on YouTube. Head there to check out all of our player interviews. We'll have all the final ones uploaded here coming up this week as we gear up for the state tournament. All right, we're going to wrap things up there, and when we come back, we start getting you ready for Game 2 of today's doubleheader. It's Doc Stewart's Baseball on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To expand your portfolio? Consolidate your investments with Palm Wealth Management. Our trusted team makes it easy to diversify and track your investments. Let Palm Wealth Management coordinate your financial strategy. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
When it comes to finances, it can be hard to know what's in your best interest. Experience the strength of advice at Palm Wealth Management. From education and estate planning to retirement and the unexpected, we can help. Call Palm Wealth Management.
I heard that there was something about that people were asking the people about or whatever. Yeah. Coaches are meeting at home plate as we get ready for Game 2. We'll swap the umpires. Bachmeyer will be in the field. Stone will be behind the plate. The coaches exchange lineup cards as they will tuck those away and get ready for heading back to their dugouts to get Game 2 underway here in just a moment from Champion Car Wash Field. Good afternoon and early good evening to everybody tuning in and joining us. Joey Keyran here with you. Thanks so much for tuning in and joining us. That was our player interview brought to you by Evergreen Family Medicine. Expect the unexpected at Evergreen Family Medicine, serving Roseburg, Myrtle Creek, and Sutherland. Evergreen offers more than traditional primary care. You can always expect more from Evergreen. It's nice to catch up with Jake Sproul there. Really good kid. Was not sure what to get first time interviewing him. Everybody says he's kind of a quiet guy, doesn't have a lot of things to say and all the time. I'm sure as he's gotten comfortable and familiar with everybody here on the docks this summer, he's probably come out of his shell a little bit. But you put the camera on him, and these guys, they even the most kind of vocal and the guys that are probably the ones that you see out there being more jovial in the dugouts, they can clam up a little bit. Even when those cameras come on, they get a little bit shy there. We get ready for game 2, but that was a fun interview with Jake. Good to get to know him a little bit. And we've got 3 interviews still left to load up there. The final 3 that we had here, Jake Johnson, Danner Wirtz, and Jake Sproul. Those 3, we'll get those up on our YouTube channel tomorrow, and then we'll have those for you. For everybody to go and find and watch, they're all uploaded there. You can check them out on our YouTube channel, 1490 The Score, and then we've got them also linked on the roster page on Doc Central at 541radio.com. Game 2 just about to get underway here, and it looks like it'll be Danner Wirtz pitching for the Doc Stewarts in Game 2. Wasn't sure we'd see a guy like Danner out there who is expected to be kind of one of their top arms going into the state tournament, but Danner will get a chance to pitch. My guess is we're going to see a bullpen game here in Game 2, and Danner's time on the mound will probably be somewhat limited. Take a look. We're just filling out the lineup card here, so I don't have the graphics done for those that are watching online, and we will just get all of our stuff put together here, and we will run through this for you here as we get into this one. Jackson Poole is going to lead things off for the Merchants here in Game 2. Why not? He had a great one in Game 1. He will lead off, followed by Cam Hammer. So Poole is starting in center field. Cam Hammer, the shortstop, will bat second, and following him will be Ramsey Prentice, the first baseman. Get ready to go. Game 2 of our doubleheader getting started here. Danner Wirtz out on the mound. We'll get you more details on him as things go along here. As Game 2 get started here from Champion Car Wash Field. Final game of the regular season for the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts. On the mound, Danner Wirtz, the big right-hander out of Roseburg High School, had his freshman campaign just this last spring. Will be one of the names to look at going forward for the Roseburg Indians after his freshman year. And he will pitch here in Game 2. First pitch missed low and outside. He gets a half-hearted swing out of Jackson Poole. He tried to hold up, could not do so. A 1-1 count. Another ball fouled away by Poole, and he is behind 1-2. Jackson Poole, Cam Hammer, and then Ramsey Prentice, your 3 batters, due up here in the first inning against the Docs. Breaking ball from Wirtz outside, a 2-2 count. We'll get you caught up with everything as we go along here. Always getting the lineup cards at the last minute as we get started. Ball fought off on the 2-2 pitch. Poole will stay alive. For the most part, a lot of familiar names as they did not have a huge roster with them here today for the Merchants. A lot of familiar names in the lineup card, so some of them moving into slightly different spots, but for the most part, it's most of the same guys. Full count pitch, misses outside, and that's a walk to start things here for Jackson Poole. So the center fielder, leadoff batter, got on base 3 times in Game 1. He'll draw a leadoff walk from Danner Wirtz here in Game 2. Roseburg, Dr. Stewart's won Game 1, 6-3 to get their 4th consecutive win, get to 21 wins on the summer. They're looking to try and finish off the regular season on a 5-game winning streak. A ball popped up in the air right side. Long run. Taj Flora, Jake Johnson, neither able to get there in time. Hammer will have strike 1 on a high, long foul ball down the right field side. Let's see here. I'm going to write all these names in before I run through them all, but we've given you the 3 due up here in the first. Nobody out, a man at first. Everybody back to their positions. The 0-1 pitch from Wirtz, low and outside, a 1-1 count. So Poole, Hammer, and Prentice, the three scheduled hitters to start the first inning for the Merchants, as a pickoff throw to first base, close but not quite in time. Batting cleanup will be the second baseman, Cody Roletto. The right fielder, Quinn Dufour, is batting fifth. Check swing, called a strike on the outside corner. Ezra Weiss, the left fielder, will bat sixth, followed by the third baseman, Carter Lamb. The pitcher, Reese Fisher, will bat for himself in the eighth spot for the Merchants, as another pickoff throw to first, not in time. Chase Terrell, the catcher, will round out the starting nine for the Hillsdale Merchants. Runner going, the pitch outside, throw down to second, not in time. Pitch was off the turf, scooped up back behind the plate by Amos Bowers, who is catching here in game two. Got that ball and tried to get it out of the glove as quick as possible. Throw, though, just a hair late out to second base. 2-2 pitch for Wirtz. Ground ball third base side. Gets into left field. And coming up with it, Doc's left fielder. Ty Hellenthal out there will send that back in. So a base knock for Cam Hammer. Runners on the corners after a leadoff walk, a stolen base, and now a single. Jackson Poole is at third. Hammer at first. And the Merchants trying to take an early lead against the Doc Stewarts. First pitch low and inside to the lefty, Ramsey Prentice. In for a strike on the 1-0. Runner at first, Hammer deking as if he was going to try to take off for second. Did not go anywhere. Had the infield yelling for a runner. Strike on the outside corner. Breaking ball against Prentice. He falls behind 1-2. One ball, two strikes, nobody out. A pickoff throw to first by Wirtz. Strikeout here would be big, or a double play. Even if it does give up a run, to get the two outs would be key. There's a strikeout. We'll start it off there. One away. First strikeout in the game for Danner Wirtz. One out, two on. And now a ground ball for the double play would be huge if he can get it from Cody Roletto. Roletto will stand in. Batting cleanup. He was the cleanup batter in game one as well, went 0 for 2. Takes outside for a 1-0 count. Getting everybody filled in defensively for the Docs. We'll try to get you caught up with who's where in the field. Runner going. Bowers throws down to second. They will not get the out there, and a run will score. Double steal for Hillsdale, just like the Docs did a couple of times in game one. The double steal will result in a run. Hammer gets into second base safely, and it's 1-0. Merchants in front. A ball fouled away. It's 2-1 for Cody Roletto. Now has a man in scoring position with one out. Out at second base, Cam Hammer after his single. Wirtz misses outside with the fastball, and the count runs to 3-1. Early lead here in game two for the Merchants. They did lead by a run in game one. It's runner stealing third. Throw down that way will not be in time. And it is a walk issued to Cody Roletto. And here in game two, the Merchants being very aggressive on the bases, also getting some help by Danner has not been able to find the strike zone as frequently as he would like. He's issued 2 walks so far. He does have 1 strikeout. And Wirtz will try to knuckle down against Quinn Dufour, looking for a ground ball for a strike, or for a double play. Dufour had just stepped into the box, and Wirtz was already throwing, and Dufour threw up his hands as if, what the heck, I wasn't ready. Well, once you step into that box, that's on you. He'll throw up the backhand, asking for some time. Now Wirtz quickly working. Will fire in on the inside corner for strike 2, and Dufour, the lefty, falls behind 0-2. Wirtz has found a way maybe to get into his head a little bit here. Now coming with the 0-2 pitch, trying to get something that can roll over. Line drive shot. It is scooped up on the short hop by Sprague. Throw to Burke. Throw to first will not be in time. They'll get 1 out of 2, and a run will score. It's a 2-0 lead for the Merchants, but a nice job there by Tegan Sprague. I had Logan Anderson expected at second. Didn't look close enough to realize that's Tegan Sprague starting at second. Sprague did a good job on the one hop to glove that and make a play to second. Got it to Paxton Burke. Relay throw to first, not in time, though. 2 down. Dufour will get an RBI on the fielder's choice. Sharply hit ball. Brought in Cam Hammer to score. It's 2-0 Hillsdale in front with a man at first and 2 away. Ezra Weiss, the left fielder, will take high for ball 1. Wirtz on the 1-0 delivery. Missing just a bit inside to the lefty. So far, the lineup looks exactly the same as it did in Game 1. Poole, Hammer, Prentice, Roletto, Dufour, Weiss. Carter Lamb waits on deck. Ball popped up in the air out towards left field, but going foul. That'll be strike 1 for Ezra Weiss. Don't have anything different until we get to the 8th spot in the lineup. Reese Fisher, the pitcher. He had a pinch hit appearance in Game 1. He will bat here in Game 2. And then Preston Parker not in the game. Chase Terrell taking over at catcher and moving to the 9th spot from the 8th spot where he was in Game 1. So for the most part, the top 7 in the order all the same. And then the 8 and the 9 spots, just small differences there. 2-1 pitch with 2 down. It's high, a breaking ball for Wirtz. And he falls behind 3-1 against the 6th hitter in the lineup. He's walked 2 already. Wirtz, runner going. A chopper towards second. Sprague will get it to Jake Johnson at first base in time. And that does it for the Doc Stewarts defensively here in the top half of the first. But for the Merchants, they capitalize. They get 2 runs on 1 hit. There were no Doc's errors. And you had 1 runner left on base. 2-0. It's the Merchants of Hillsdale in front as we go to the bottom of the first. Doc's coming up to bat when we return on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Bottom of the first here, Game 2 of our doubleheader today. On the mound is going to be Reese Fisher for the visiting Hillsdale Merchants. The Doc Stewarts will be facing the Merchants in the first round of the state tournament coming up on Saturday, up at the University of Portland's Joe Edsel Field. So these two teams will meet for a 3rd consecutive time coming up. Reese Fisher on the mound. Let's take a look at the Doc Stewart starting lineup here for Game 2 and who Fisher will be seeing. Paxton Burke is the leadoff man for the Doc Stewarts once again. Burke will be Starting at shortstop, Ty Hellenthal in left field will bat second with Logan Anderson taking game 2 off. Hellenthal moves into the 2 spot. DHing here in game 2, Cal Robbins will bat third, followed by Taj Flora out in right field batting cleanup. Following Flora will be Dane St. Clair, the center fielder, batting 5th. Hitting 6th is Jake Johnson, the first baseman. Daniel Withers at third base. He will bat 7th. Hitting 8th is the catcher, Amos Bowers. And rounding out the starting 9 will be Tegan Sprague at second base. They will try to help out their starting pitcher, Danner Wirtz, who gives up 2 runs in the first inning. Bottom of the first. Warm-up pitches wrapping up. Reese Fisher had to ditch a couple of sports wraps around his wrists before he got going here. So we'll get back to action with his warm-up pitches. Today's ball game brought to you by McClendon Smokehouse, a family-owned meat shop and smokehouse offering a wide selection plus fresh produce, baked goods, and a general grocery selection. Stop by on West Harvard Avenue. This game also sponsored by Gibbs RV Superstore. You got to get to Gibbs, where RV means real value. Did get in between games there while the interview with Jake Sproul was going. I ran down to use the restroom, got stopped to ask, are we going to be there to cover the games at the state tournament? And the answer is yes. We will be up there, barring any sort of major disruptions to our process for any reason. We will be up there to cover those games at the state tournament. So Saturday, I don't know why I keep saying Friday, but Saturday, the Doc Stewarts, from the schedule I've seen, are expected to be playing at 10 o'clock in the morning against these Hillsdale Merchants. That'll be Saturday at 10 a.m. That means we would have pregame coverage starting at 9:45. We'll have it for you on the radio, plus with the video stream up there as well. So that is the plan going forward. On the mound, the lefty Reese Fisher will wind and fire the first pitch to Paxton Burke. Misses inside for ball 1, and we're underway. Burke, the switch hitter, bats as a righty against the lefty. 1-0 delivery. Doc's trying to dig out of a 2-0 hole. For the 1-0 pitch is fouled away by Burke. Docs do have some activity. Somebody getting loose in the bullpen right now. Like I said, I got a feeling this will be a bullpen game. Ball in play for Burke out towards center field. It'll be tracked down for the first out here in game 2. So Burke out number 1. Cam Hartzell is out there throwing right now for the Doc Stewarts. 1 out, nobody on. Ty Hellenthal, first at-bat of the matchup here today. Came in and pitched and closed out game 1, picking up his first save of the season. He'll take outside for a 1-0 count. Try to get our defensive alignment all squared away with the Merchants here in this one as well. Still filling things out here for game 2. The 1-0 pitch fouled back into the catcher for strike 1. The catcher here in game 2 is Chase Terrell. He will get a breather as the umpire gives him a moment to shake that foul ball off. Ty Hellenthal, a 1-1 count with 1 away. Nobody on base for the Docs in the bottom of the first. Outside, 2 balls and a strike. Out at first base, Ramsey Prentice. And at second base is Cody Roletto. Hellenthal will pop one up out towards the right field area, but it's going to just barely get into the outfield grass. The second baseman, Roletto, will make the catch. 2 down for the Doc Stewarts against Reese Fisher, the lefty on the mound. So far, off to a good start. Brings up Cal Robbins, the DH. First pitch with 2 outs and nobody on. Outside for ball 1 against Cal. Left side of the infield, it's Carter Lamb at third and Cam Hammer at short. We'll get to the outfield here. Pitch in for a strike at the knees on the inner half. Reese Fisher's 1-1 pitch. Hard hit back up the middle, gets into center field. Cal Robbins, a 2-out single for the first hit in the game for the Doc Stewarts. Always brought to you by MSK True Value. Make sure that your summer projects are a hit with a stop by the MSK family of stores in Myrtle Creek and Tri-City. 2-out single puts a man on for the Doc Stewarts here in the bottom of the first. They trail 2-0. Taj Flora will try to see if he can help change that. In the outfield, left to right, Ezra Weiss, Jackson Poole, and Quinn Dufour out there for the Merchants. Reese Fisher, the lefty, misses in the dirt for ball 1. Reese Fisher went to Clark College this spring, graduated from Lincoln High School in 2024. He played in just 1 game at Clark, had 3 at-bats, was 0 for 3. So he gets a ground ball towards short. Charging in is Hammer. He'll turn and make the flip to second base. That'll get Cal Robbins at the bag for the final out of the first inning. So fielder's choice for Taj Flora. And that'll do it for the Doc Stewarts in the first inning. No runs on 1 hit. There were no errors, and 1 man left on base for the Doc Stewarts. They trail 2-0 as we head to the second inning. Game 2 of a doubleheader here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Johnson Lumber Company, a forward-thinking family company, has been operating in the Douglas County community for over 60 years. Founded by Don R. Johnson, the man who set the tone of commitment to these local communities by providing stable, long-term employment. D.R. Johnson Lumber Company understands the significance of investing in our youth because they are the foundation of our future. That's why they're a proud supporter of Roseburg Doc Stewarts. Come watch the Docs swing some lumber with D.R. Johnson Lumber Company. Go Docs!
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Financial security allows you the freedom to take stock of what's important and build lasting bonds. We share your goals. Trust Palm Wealth Management to consolidate your investments and generate income for those who need you most. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Tanner Wirtz out there to continue throwing for the Doc Stewarts as we begin the second inning. His breaking ball misses outside to Carter Lamb, the third baseman. The 1-0 pitch. Lamb will get around on that, sends it to center field where Dane St. Clair will misplay the ball and it gets by him. That'll be extra bases here for Lamb. He is now heading for third, and that is an error, a base hit and an error for the Doc Stewarts, and it's a costly one. Out in center field, Dane St. Clair took a step in, then realized he wasn't going to have a chance to make a play on it, so was going to play it off the hop, but he did not judge where that ball would hop to, and it ended up catching him a little bit. He tried to short hop it, and it went under his glove, trickles by, and it gets 2 extra bases there for Carter Lamb, who's at third base with a 2-0 lead for the Merchants. So the leadoff man in scoring position, 90 feet from home. A 1-0 count here to Reese Fisher, the pitcher, looking to help his own cause. He pops this up on the infield. It'll be Daniel Withers that makes the catch. And there's 1 away. So the Doc Stewarts will try to see if they can avoid giving up any damage after a leadoff error on a single that put a man at third base. They got the first out. That's a good start. Now a strike on the first pitch to Chase Terrell, the catcher, who bats in the 9 position. The 0-1 outside. It gets by Bowers. The runner coming home. Toss to the plate. A tag. No, won't get it there in time. Coming in, Danner Wirtz tries to lay down the tag. Bowers got a decent toss to him, but just could not make the play. It'll be a 1-1 count for Terrell. And coming in to score on the wild pitch will be Lamb. Swing and a miss for strike 2. 3-0 the lead, and it has not been a clean start to this game for the Doc Stewarts. An error here in this second inning. Swing and a miss for strike 3, and it seems as if Danner Wirtz was frustrated by that pass ball and the run scored. He fires in 2 strikes and gets a couple of swings and a misses out of Terrell. Second strikeout in the game for Danner Wirtz. Top of the order, Jackson Poole. Swings past a strike on the outside corner. Wirtz, a couple of walks in the first inning. The 0-1 pitch, missing high and away, 1-1. One of those goes to Jackson Poole, who came around to score. So he's trying to clean it up, trying to get more efficient out there. He's got 2 outs. The 1-1, grounder towards first. Gets by a backhand attempt by Johnson and into right field. And Jackson Poole continues to be an extremely difficult out at the top of the order. Poole gets on at first with 2 outs, has his first hit here in game 2. And that will be his 4th hit of the day between game 1 and game 2 here.
Now batting is Cam Hammer.
2 out base runner, Cam Hammer. He had a single his last time up. Takes a strike. With 2 down, a man at first. Wirtz needs 1 more. He'll pick off to first, not in time. The 0-1 delivery. High and inside. Doc's Baseball, brought to you by Roseburg Country Club, established in 1922, offering an 18-hole course with excellent year-round playability. Find out more at roseburgcountryclub.com. Hit and run on, maybe. Ball in the air out towards right field. Long run, laying out for it. Did he hold on to it? Yes, he did. Out in foul territory behind the reach of our cameras. Taj Flora tracks it down in the bullpen, lays out for it, and he helps out his team as he comes up with a diving catch in foul territory for the final out. 1 run comes in on 2 hits. There was 1 error for the Docs, 1 man left on base for the Merchants. It's 3-0 as we go to the bottom of the second inning here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Turn your home into your dream sanctuary with help from Douglas County Farmers Co-op. For over 100 years, we've carried everything you need to keep your garden and crops green and growing, including a large selection of soil mixes, composts, fertilizers, and other soil amendments. You'll also find stones, boulders, gravel, and more to add structure and diversity to your yard. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Heading to the bottom of the second inning. Doc Stewarts have a hole to dig out of here, trailing 3-0 in the final game of the regular season at home. It is the 6, 7, and 8 hitters coming up for the Docs, Johnson, Withers, and Bowers. Today's game brought to you by Southern Septic Service. Nobody sticks their nose in Southern Septic Service's business. Get a free no-obligation estimate today for all of your septic, grease trap, and portable toilet needs. Visit SouthernSepticServiceInc.com. Well, we see Danner Wirtz is a quick worker in between innings. Reese Fisher, they're just now getting to the throw down to second base. It is diligent and taking his time there in between innings. So here we go. Finally, up to bat will be Dane St. Clair. Although I don't mind it. It's nice to keep the game moving, but don't necessarily mind keeping things moving. That's nice, but add a little extra time in between innings to make sure that I get my commercials in before missing any of the action for you as we come back from the commercial break. Dane St. Clair, the 5-hitter. Lefty-lefty matchup. Dane will take a strike to get things started. Dane with the error in the second inning, looking to try and make amends for that. That ended up costing a run for the Doc Stewarts. The 0-1 pitch from Fisher. Misses low and outside. 1-1 count. So I was telling you, Fisher, he played in just one game and don't think he pitched. Well, maybe I should have looked that up. He might have pitched. Didn't realize he was going to be a pitcher and didn't look up pitching stats for him. There's a ball down the right field line. That is in foul territory. Dane got out just a little bit further ahead in front of that one. So let's double check on that here. Maybe that's more. Maybe that's why Fisher was so limited in his stats from his first year at Clark College. Maybe he was more of a pitcher than a hitter, and then he only looked at the one thing. Fisher with a 1-2 count against Dane St. Clair after the foul ball down the right field line. Outside, 2-2 count. Two balls, two strikes with nobody on to the leadoff man. High and inside, Dane able to stretch out of the way just a bit there. Full count pitch. Dane reaches, protects, will pop that in shallow left field, long run, and it'll land in foul territory out in left field. Ezra Weiss unable to get there in time. So Dane St. Clair protects the plate, has another look here. Well, looking through the pitching rundown for the Clark College Penguins during the NWAC season, and I don't think I see Reese Fisher on there, so he might have just had a limited freshman year as he misses outside for ball 4, and Dane will head on down to first. First walk issued by Reese Fisher.
The next batter, number 17,
one man
Jake
on
Johnson.
And nobody out here in the second. Docs get the leadoff man on, looking to try and come back from a 3-0 deficit. And that'll bring up Jake Johnson to bat here, celebrating his 18th birthday coming up on Wednesday. Takes a pitch high for ball 1. Former Doc Stewart and older brother for Jake, Caden Johnson, celebrating a birthday today, I hear. So congratulations there. Happy birthday to Caden. As the ball popped up in the air out towards center field. Very playable for Jackson Poole, who camps underneath it. There's one away. Still at first base, Dane St. Clair with one out. Daniel Withers
The next batter, number 10,
will come up to bat.
Withers.
Withers, the third baseman, looking for his first hit of the day after going without one in game 1. A pickoff throw to first base. They've got Dane in a rundown. Back towards first. Now heading back towards second. Pump fake on the throw. The tag applied. So Dane picked off at first base. There's 2 down. Lefty on the mound, caught him leaning. Dane did not see that coming, gets picked off. That'll go down as a 1, 3, 6, 1, I think, on the caught stealing. 2 down, base is empty for Daniel Withers at the plate. Reese Fisher out of his windup. High and away with his breaking ball. Fisher just kind of methodical out there, does not move too quick, gets the signal he wants, and then gets into that windup. The 1-0, yeah, that's the count, and there's a swing and a miss for a 1-1. In my head, I was thinking something else as it was starting to come out of my mouth. Got halfway there and realized, well, 1-0 is actually accurate. Withers, after the swing and a miss on a breaking ball low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Take a breaking ball low again. This time lays off it. 2 balls, 1 strike. So look through the stats. I don't see anything for Reese Fisher as a pitcher at Clark College, so might not have gotten that opportunity. The 2-1 misses low and inside to Withers, and he's ahead 3 balls and 1 strike. And Fisher read somewhere. I must have gotten those details somewhere that he played 1 game. Ball is in the air, and that will get out of play on the 3-1 pitch to Withers. He fouls it off. So it's a 3-2 count. 2 down. Nobody on base. And Withers will draw ball 4. That's the second walk for the Docs, but it comes with nobody on and 2 away after Dane St. Clair was caught stealing. Amos Bowers, the catcher, will get his first AB of the night. Bowers did not play in game 1. Behind the plate here in game 2, getting an opportunity to catch. Bowers takes inside just above the belt. 1-0 count. Doc Stewart's Baseball Today brought to you by Palm Wealth Management, a member of D.A. Davidson & Company, member SIPC. The 1-0 delivery. Inside, 2-0 count for Bowers. Clouds continue to hang out overhead. Kind of dims the sunshine for us this afternoon, keeping it a little bit cooler today here in the Umpqua Basin. There's a strike on the outside corner. 2 balls and a strike. Temperature's not expected to hit 90, and it's definitely a little bit cooler, especially as the evening is wearing on here. Went out to a show last night out at Umpqua Community College. Pitch high and away, 3-1 count. Went out and saw the local production of Spamalot out at Umpqua Community College. Enjoyed my time there, but it was outdoor in the amphitheater and went out there like expecting weather like we've been seeing. Hot weather all the way into the evening, and no, it cooled off pretty good out there. And it was, about the time it wrapped up, I was ready to find a way to get back into some warmer conditions, and that's been a while since you could say that. 3-2 count after a swing and a miss by Amos Bowers. Pickoff throw to first base, and back in safely goes Withers. With the full count and 2 outs on the mound, Fisher expecting that Withers will be taking off on the play. And so he looked to try and pick him off at first. The 3-2 goes home, and it's fought off back to the backstop. It'll stay a 3-2 count. I would say that I encourage you to go out and see Spamalot if you got the opportunity, but tonight is their final showing of the run of that show there. So, fortunately, if I tell you about that, then you might not get the chance to get out there right now. Fly ball on the infield. It'll be the third baseman trying to make a play on it. Carter Lamb can't get it. You had Reese Fisher, the pitcher, right there in the same vicinity, but Lamb called off Fisher. And Fisher Lamb kind of had the glove up at first, then tried to change it to a basket catch attempt, and neither would work for him. And so the at-bat will continue for Amos Bowers here. A 3-2 count with 2 down. Bowers will get another look at the full count pitch from Fisher. At first base, Withers. Got around on a high inside pitch there. Bowers fights it off, stays alive, makes some contact. We'll have another look at it here with the 3-2 count. Docs, we talked with Coach Tim Sester in the pregame. They will not be back to action again until Saturday, first round of the state tournament. So guys will probably get a little bit of downtime here as For some reason, a player in the dugout for the Merchants went over the front railing and into the field of play there. 3-2 pitch. Bowers underneath another one, but well out in front. Pops this into the foul territory. And not able to make the play over there. Carter Lamb gave that a good chase. Would have been funny if that's the ball he catches rather than the easier one on the infield here, or close to the infield. He's back to his position at third, a 3-2 count. On the bump, Reese Fisher will issue a walk. Nice battle there by Amos Bowers and earns himself a free pass down to first base. Withers out to second. Third walk, all of them here in the second inning for Reese Fisher. We'll get a courtesy runner for the catcher. That is going to be Logan Anderson. Logan Anderson heads out to first base to run for Amos Bowers. Out to second base goes Daniel Withers. And up to bat will be Tegan Sprague, the 9-hitter. Starting at second base here tonight in Game 2. I was looking down there. They've put the railings up on the field of play here at Champion Car Wash Field, just in front of the dugouts. Sprague will take high for ball 1. So that players could be kind of up at field level. They've got the railing out there. They've got the padding on it, so you can watch the game from there in the dugout, right up on that top railing, and not from down in the in-ground dugout. But I looked over there, and that was Joa Coolthaw that for some reason went up and over the top of the railing and fell into the field of play, and then went scurrying back around the edge of the fencing to get back behind it where you're supposed to be hanging out. As we get a time called, and out to the mound, we're going to have a visit here by the assistant coach for this Merchants team. I'll bring everybody together out on the mound. Reese Fisher struggling to find the strike zone here in the second inning. He's walked 3, but he did get a fly ball for the first out, and he picked off a runner at first for the second out. So he's got 2 outs, needs 1 more, but he is struggling to find the zone, falls behind 2-0. Pause in the action. I'll let you know tonight's game sponsored by Bowers Industrial, a proud supporter of our local community and youth sports. Do want to thank Roseburg Disposal, our pregame show sponsor. Let them make the run to the dump for you. Give them a call at 673-7122. That's Roseburg Disposal. Docs trail 3-0. We're here in the bottom of the second game, 2 of our doubleheader, and it feels like we've kind of come to a complete halting stop. This has started to move at a glacial pace here in the second inning. The 9-hitter, Tegan Sprague, at the plate with a 2-0 count. He'll take outside, maybe a low for a 3-0 count. That pitch not off the mark by much. But Fisher can't get the call, and he's behind 3-0. A walk would load him up for the top of the order. So Docs would look for a huge 2-out rally. 3-0 pitch from Fisher. He is on the corner for a strike. 3 balls, 1 strike. Wind blowing in from center field right now as the breeze picking up once again. 3-1 count to Sprague. Hits one out towards center field, but it's going to carry enough for Jackson Poole to run underneath it. Got a good swing on it there by Sprague, but it just could not get it to the alley in time. That'll be the final out here in the second inning. No runs on no hits. There were no errors, and Docs leave 2 men on base. They trail 3-0 as we head to the top of the third here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To expand your portfolio? Consolidate your investments with Palm Wealth Management. Our trusted team makes it easy to diversify and track your investments. Let Palm Wealth Management coordinate your financial strategy. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Hundreds of years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on Southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua Tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
Tanner Wirtz out there for his third inning of work. He will get a first pitch strike called against Ramsey Prentice. 0-1 pitch, ground ball back up the middle for Prentice, and he is on for a first time here in Game 2 after striking out against Wirtz the first time around. Base knock back up the middle, 1 on with nobody out. Tonight's game brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County.
Cody Roletto.
The cleanup man, Cody Roletto, will bat. He is a walk recipient back in the first inning. I was going to say victim, but it's not something he was unwanted. As he shows a bunt, throw down to first base, tagged by Johnson, not in time. As back to the bag goes Prentice. Cody Roletto takes for a 1-0 count. He walked in the first, but was out at second on a force out there. The 1-0 pitch, high and inside. Didn't show a bunt that time around. 4 hits so far in this one after the leadoff single by Prentice here in the third. For the Hillsdale Merchants, they lost 6-3 in Game 1. As a runner going, that ball slapped at and fouled away for strike 1. Doc Stewart's with just 1 hit so far in this one. In the top of the third inning, Docs are hoping to try and maybe get a 5-game winning streak to finish out the regular season. They'll have to rally to do so. Pickoff throw to first, back in. A crow hop back to the bag by Prentice. Did not have a huge lead at the time. Wirtz, the big righty on the mound, will set and ready for the 2-1 delivery. No, another pickoff throw to first base. And back in safely standing up is Ramsey Prentice. At the plate, Cody Roletto, a 2-1 pitch. Strike 2 called on the outside corner. Wirtz readies for the 2-2 delivery. Ground ball towards short, could be 2. Burke gets it to Sprague, relay to Johnson. Yes, indeed. A 6-4-3 double play, and the Doc Stewarts will clear the bases on that one. Roletto, the cleanup hitter, sending a bounding ball right to the shortstop. Burke gets it to Sprague, who makes the nice transition back over to Jake Johnson at first, 2 down. That'll bring up Quinn Dufour, the right fielder, drove in a run on a fielder's choice in the first inning. First pitch swinging away, rolls one to Burke off the side of the mound. Burke fields and gets it over to Johnson, and that'll make it a quick inning for the Merchants here in the third. Doc Stewart's play good defense behind Tanner Wirtz as he gets a number of ground balls there. No runs, the 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. First scoreless inning for the Hillsdale Merchants. It'll bring up the Docs in the bottom of the third, trailing 3-0 on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
It wasn't until 1925 that the American Legion gave birth to its first youth program, and that was American Legion Baseball. And the emphasis was on citizenship and sportsmanship.
Travel ball, a lot of the time you go and you play and it's kind of just more of an individual game. But in Legion Baseball, it's more of a team working towards a goal, and I really appreciate that.
That you're playing for something more than just yourself. You're playing for all the past veterans who have served. You're playing for the people who are still serving in the military. And it's a huge honor to be part of this program.
Heading to the bottom of the third inning, Docs trailing 3-0. Let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Doc Stewart's Baseball here on The Score. Out on the mound, Reese Fisher continues his warm-up throws as we get ready for the top half of the order coming up for the Doc Stewarts. Today's game brought to you by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop. Well, got some news here this afternoon, kind of exciting news. Former Roseburg Doc Stewart and former Roseburg Indian Dominic Titone transferring from Western Oregon University. Heading out, he's also a former UCC baseball player as well. He is headed out to LC State to go play for Jeremiah Robbins and the Warriors. So good luck to Dom, the lefty from Roseburg High and UCC, former Doc Stewart. Headed to Lewiston, Idaho to go play for Coach Robbins once again as the ball fouled away. Titone played for Coach Robbins as a Doc Stewart as well as a UCC Riverhawk, and now we'll get a chance to play for Jeremiah Robbins once again out in Lewiston at Lewis Clark State College. 0-1 pitch for Fisher, misses low against Paxton Burke after the foul ball to get things started here in the third inning. Nice to see that there for Dom. Always enjoyed Dom and hope that he has a great baseball future in front of him. Pitch high and inside. Not sure how many years eligibility that man has left to go, but he has seen some success in his career, and I'd love to see that lefty get a chance to continue playing. The 2-1 is fouled away for strike two. He's playing with the Corvallis Knights here this summer, along with another former Doc and former Roseburg Indian, Brooks Avery, who's off at Lynn Benton Community College this last spring. Brooks is playing there with the Corvallis Knights. They're taking on the Springfield Drifters here this week. Pitch high, 2-2, misses, and it's a full count for Paxton Burke, who flew out to center field back in the first inning. The 3-2 pitch. Burke chops at one that was up in the zone, flares it out in the air towards the left field. The shortstop going out, hammers underneath it for the catch. One away, to start things here in the bottom of the third. Docs trailing 3-0. Ty Hellenthal flew out to the second baseman in his first at-bat. He stands in with one out and nobody on. I don't know, I can't remember if I talked about it on the air on Friday, but it's a pretty spectacular thing for Brooks Avery, former Doc Stewart. Pitch low and inside, 1-0 count for Ty Hellenthal. The Corvallis Knights were kind of trying to play their version of banana ball, the version of baseball played by the Savannah Bananas. As a ground ball towards third for Hellenthal, scooped up. Carter Lamb across the diamond to Ramsey Prentice for the second out. 2 away. And Cal Robbins will bat with 2 outs and nobody on base. Robbins last time was up in this situation, had a line drive shot to center field for the first hit of the game for the Doc Stewarts, brought to you by MSK True Value. Make sure that your summer projects are a hit with a stop by the MSK family of stores in Myrtle Creek and Tri-City. Cal waits on the first pitch as he stands into the box. Takes a breaking ball for a strike. So the Corvallis Knights, they were playing the Sock Puppets. I'm not sure who they are, but they were playing a version of banana ball, kind of trying to play silly baseball that adds a little bit more of an entertainment value to it than your traditional baseball game. As Cal rips one towards short. Up with it is Cam Hammer. His throw to first is low, but Ramsey Prentice with a scoop will make the play to finish off a 1-2-3 inning for the Doc Stewarts offensively. No runs, no hits. There were no errors for the Merchants, and nobody left on base for the Doc Stewarts. So 1-2-3 frame will go to the top of the fourth inning. We'll tell you more about the spectacular play that Brooks Avery made for the Corvallis Knights when we return on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Doc Stewart's Make a Call to the Pin, brought to you by Overhead Door Company of Roseburg. If your garage doors are broken or just need updating, make the call to the Overhead Door Company of Roseburg for a change. They also provide full-service repairs. Visit overheaddoor.com. Danner Wirtz done after 3 innings of work. And they bring in Logan Anderson to take over on the mound.
For the Merchants to lead off the top of the 4th inning, number 18.
Kind of expected that Wirtz wouldn't go too deep into this ball game. He gives up just 4 hits. Does get credited with 3 runs allowed, although they will not all be earned runs. He had 2 walks and 2 strikeouts. First pitch misses, ball 1 for Logan Anderson as he faces Ezra Weiss, the left fielder, who is 0 for 1 in the game with a ground out to second. Anderson will pump in a strike on the outside corner, a 1-1 count. Weiss, Lamb, and Fisher due up for the Merchants here in the 4th inning, leading 3-0 on top of the Doc Stewarts. Logan Anderson, breaking ball, catches the zone at the top. A 1-2 count for Weiss. One ball, 2 strikes. And that pitch goes behind the hitter, a 2-2 count. Logan Anderson from Umpqua Valley Christian, mainly an infielder, but does pitch. Guys at the small school level, you'll get a lot of guys that are multi-positional, and they knew they'd use him from time to time here this summer on the mound as well. He misses just in front of the plate, a 3-2 count. He's been a reliever out of the bullpen and has not started any games. His 3-2 pitch, ground ball, first base side, foul. Jake Johnson making a play on that one just across the foul line. The 5, make that the 6, 7, and 8 hitters scheduled up here in the 4th inning for the Merchants. 3-2 pitch from Anderson. That ball off the front foot. Oh, that ball had all sorts of spin on it. They didn't call it. That ball goes wide of the bag at first, and now Ezra Weiss is going to be going all around the bases. I could have swore that was off his front foot, and that's why it had that crazy spin to it. And I think they are going to now rule, I forgot to change the camera. They're going to rule that was a foul ball, and the umpires are finally going to agree that, yes, indeed, it was. Nobody called it right away, but so back to the plate will go Ezra Weiss, who threw up his hands like, what are we doing? I just ran 3 bases. So he'll head back to the dish, and he'll have a 3-2 count still intact. The hop on that one was wild. Off his front foot, kind of took a hop up in the air, had a crazy spin back onto the turf, and then once it hit the turf, you had both Amos Bowers and Logan Anderson looking to collect that baseball in case it was a fair ball. And then it just took a crazy jump away from everybody. It just decided, no, we're going to go over here. And that was quite the movement. 3-2 pitch. Ground ball towards second. Tegan Sprague right there in the right position will make the easy put out at first, 1 away. And a frustrating event there for Ezra Weiss as he rips off the helmet and frustratedly walks back to the dugout as the first out. He is grounded out to he's grounded out to second twice, and get those in the right order on that there here in today's ball game. This one. First pitch, strike one to Carter Lamb, who had a single to center field. Then the ball misplayed out in center by Dane St. Clair. He ended up at third base on that error. Takes high and inside from Anderson. A 1-1 count, missing outside. 2 balls and a strike. Anderson does not waste time in between pitches. One deep breath and into his windup. Gets a ball slapped out to right field. Coming in, diving attempt, goes off the end of the glove for Taj Flora, and it's going to be extra bases for Lamb once again. He's going to hold up at second as Flora sends it back in quickly. So that'll be a double for Carter Lamb. He has hit a couple of balls that just were out into the shallow outfield grass, just out of the reach of the outfielders for the Doc Stewarts.
Batter number 10, Reese Fisher.
Last time it was a ball to center that dropped in front of Dane St. Clair, and then Dane kind of misjudged how much it would roll out after it fell in front of him. And this time he drops one just down to the reach of Taj Flora out in right field. Reese Fisher will take the first pitch for strike one as he bats with a man at second and 1 out. Logan Anderson working out of the stretch with a runner on base. He bounces it in front of the plate. Bowers using the chest protector will knock it down. That holds the runner, Carter Lamb, out at second. The Merchants been opportunistic here in game 2 so far. They've built that 3-0 lead with 2 in the first and 1 in the second. 1-1, line drive, softly hit towards short, and I'm not sure exactly what Carter Lamb was doing there, trying to be opportunistic. He went racing off of second base, trying to get his momentum going to third base, and he had no chance to get back to second to tag up. Tegan Sprague gets to the bag to double off the runner at second base. 3 up, 3 down, not in your traditional manner. The Doc Stewarts keep it a 3-run deficit. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on base. Double play to finish it off in the top of the 4th. We head to the bottom of the 4th inning with the Docs trailing by 3 on 541radio.com and on the Score 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Johnson Lumber Company, a forward-thinking family company, has been operating in the Douglas County community for over 60 years. Founded by Don R. Johnson, the man who set the tone of commitment to these local communities by providing stable, long-term employment. D.R. Johnson Lumber Company understands the significance of investing in our youth because they are the foundation of our future. That's why they're a proud supporter of Roseburg Doc Stewarts. Come watch the Docs swing some lumber with D.R. Johnson Lumber Company. Go Docs!
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
Financial security allows you the freedom to take stock of what's important and build lasting bonds. We share your goals. Trust Palm Wealth Management to consolidate your investments and generate income for those who need you most. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Taking a look at our D.R. Johnson Lumber Company scoreboard update here as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. For the Hillsdale Merchants, 3 runs on 5 hits. And the Merchants with no errors so far in game 2. They have left 2 men on base. For the Doc Stewarts, no runs on 1 hit. They've committed 1 error, and the Docs have left 3 men on base in this one so far. That's D.R. Johnson, a progressive family-owned company, proudly supporting our local youth. Come on out and watch the Docs swing some lumber. D.R. Johnson, making lumber since 1951. Out on the mound, Reese Fisher into his 4th inning of work. First pitch swinging away for Taj Flora. Belts one out towards center field. It'll drift towards right center, but tracking it down is Jackson Poole, the center fielder underneath it, 1 away. Brings up Dane St. Clair, the center fielder, walked his first time up, but got picked off at first base, got caught leaning the wrong direction, and on the mound, the lefty Reese Fisher was able to get him, caught stealing. First pitch outside the lefty St. Clair, 1-0 count. Doc's Baseball brought to you by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop. The 1-0 pitch outside, scoots by, 2-0 count. Delivery. St. Clair lifts one high in the air out towards right field. Tough spot. It'll be the second baseman, Cody Roletto, that tracks that one down. You had the first baseman, Prentice, the second baseman, Roletto, the right fielder, Dufour, all of them rushing and crashing in on that ball, and it's the second baseman make the catch back of first base out that way.
The next batter, number 17, Jake Johnson.
That brings up Jake Johnson with 2 down and nobody on base. First pitch fouled back for Jake. Jake flew out to center field in the second inning. We'll look to see if he can get on with 2 outs here in the fourth. Docs so far have not been able to do much to solve the lefty Reese Fisher out on the mound. And Fisher will call for the catcher Chase Terrell to come on out to the mound for a brief meeting. Fisher, one of the veteran guys, the returning college guys on this roster for the Merchants, has been very deliberate. And right now it looks like he just asks. I mean, it felt like that was an unnecessary trip out to the mound. I think Fisher just wanted to slow it down again. He has been a very deliberate worker. He called Terrell out to the mound, and the two of them out there were just standing looking at the plate as if like they were going to have to say, we'll see how long it takes for them to break up this meeting here. The 0-1 pitch to Jake is a ball hit out towards center field. It's going to push back Jackson Poole, but not enough, and that is the final out. And a casual stroll back to the dugout for Reese Fisher. He has got a shutout going through the first 4 innings against the Doc Stewarts. And we will head back here for the 5th inning. It is 3-0. Doc Stewarts trailing against the visiting Hillsdale Merchants here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Turn your home into your dream sanctuary with help from Douglas County Farmers Co-op. For over 100 years, we've carried everything you need to keep your garden and crops green and growing, including a large selection of soil mixes, composts, fertilizers, and other soil amendments. You'll also find stones, boulders, gravel, and more to add structure and diversity to your yard. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
First batter for the Merchants is number 55, Chase
Game
Terrell.
2 of our doubleheader here between the Doc Stewarts and the Hillsdale Merchants out of the Portland area. First pitch, big swing and a miss for Chase Terrell, the catcher. Terrell is 0 for 1 in the game. He'll face Logan Anderson for the first time. He struck out against Danner Wirtz, and he falls behind 0-2 with another swing and a miss on a breaking ball from Logan Anderson. The 0-2 pitch bounces in front of the plate. 1-2 count. Anderson came in the 4th inning, gave up a double, but they were able to get a double play to finish off as they caught Carter Lamb unable to tag up on a line drive to short. Strike 3, down looking goes Chase Terrell. He's got 2 strikeouts in this game, one against Danner Wirtz. Now strikes out looking for Logan Anderson's first punch out in his appearance out of the bullpen. Top of the order, Jackson Poole. Big swing and a miss for strike 1. Jackson Poole 1 for 1 in the game. Had a walk and scored a run in the first and has a single that came in the second. Bats for a third time here in the fifth. The 0-1 pitch from Anderson is low, 1-1 count. Doc Stewart's Baseball brought to you by Winston Auto Care. Don't strike out with car troubles. Call Winston Auto Care at 541-679-8685. Your home team for auto repair for over 25 years. The 1-1 pitch goes behind the batter. Jackson Poole manages to stay out of the way. A 2-1 count for Anderson against the leadoff man in the lineup for the Merchants. Logan Anderson's 2-1 pitch. Check swing couldn't hold up, and Poole seemed rather frustrated with himself that he got fooled into swinging after that pitch. A 2-2 delivery from Anderson. Ooh, good pitch, just a bit too far inside. Backed up the lefty off the plate right at the belt buckle, the 3-2. Ground ball right side into the outfield grass. And Jackson Poole, he has been a hitter at the top of the order. Grounds one through the right side. Docs are getting a good look at him as he has been a thorn in their side here today. And the Docs facing this team again coming up on Saturday in the first round of the state tournament. They'll have a pretty decent book on Jackson Poole, but he has shown them that he can hit things everywhere. Bunt laid down, third base side goes foul for Cam Hammer, who was 1 for 2 in the game. Had a grounder on the left side of the diamond for a base hit back in the first inning. Came around to score as part of 2 runs in the first for the Merchants. They added 1 in the second and lead it 3-0 here in the fifth. Cam Hammer showing the bunt again. Pickoff throw to first. Ooh, close at first base. Tag applied by Jake, but not in time. An 0-1 count. Showing the bunt again is Hammer. Pulls it back and takes high and inside for a 1-1 count. There's 1 out, 1 on. Doc's looking for a ground ball here. Another pickoff throw to first, but back in safely goes Poole. 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball over the heart of the plate for strike 2. On deck is Ramsey Prentice. He had quite the battle earlier in this game against Danner Wirtz, earning himself a single in the third inning. The 1-2 pitch, ground ball up the middle. Burke steps on the bag, sidearms it to first. That's a double play to finish off things in the top of the fifth. Docs will turn another double play. It's at least their second, make it their third double play of the game. And that will do it for the Merchants here in the top of the fifth as Paxton Burke steps on second to retire Jackson Poole, then sends it over to first base to get Cam Hammer. And in the top of the fifth inning, it's again 3 up, 3 down with a double play in the mix there for the Doc Stewarts. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. Go to the bottom of the fifth. Doc's trying to get some offense going against Reese Fisher when we return on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To expand your portfolio, consolidate your investments with Palm Wealth Management. Our trusted team makes it easy to diversify and track your investments. Let Palm Wealth Management coordinate your financial strategy. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Hundreds of years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on Southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Off the bottom of the fifth inning, number 10, Daniel Withers.
The 7, 8, 9 hitters due up here in the 5th inning for the Docs as they try to come back from a 3-run deficit. Taking high for ball 1 is Daniel Withers. Withers facing Fisher for a second time. He walked his first time up. He gets popped up on a breaking ball high on the infield. The catcher will make the play. Chase Terrell, just in front of home, makes that catch, 1 out. It'll bring up Amos Bowers with 1 out, nobody on base. Docs Baseball brought to you by Flyway Travel. Contact the travel experts at Travel Leader Flyway Travel. Make sure that you have an agent in your corner. Call 541-672-5701. Our live video coverage online is brought to you by the Cow Creek Tribe, our video simulcast for you. Showing a bunt, taking low and inside for Bowers, a 1-0 count to start. Amos drew a walk as well back in the 2nd inning. Trying to get on with less than 2 outs here. Shows a bunt, pushes it. It'll go back to the mound, fielded by Fisher, who will then underhand to first base. Ramsey Prentice is there for the putout. 2 down. And the Doc Stewarts just not able to get much going against Reese Fisher here today. Fisher has now retired 9 consecutive batters. Last man to reach base was Amos Bowers, who walked in the 2nd inning. And then since then, it has been all outs for Reese Fisher. The lefty out of his windup delivers. Tegan Sprague will pop one out toward center field. Routine ball out there for Jackson Poole, and he makes the catch. And that will finish things off here in the 5th. So the Doc Stewarts, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. As we finish the 5th inning, Reese Fisher throwing a 1-hitter and a shutout has the Docs behind 3-0 as we head to the top of the 6th inning on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
It wasn't until 1925 that the American Legion gave birth to its first youth program, and that was American Legion Baseball. And the emphasis was on citizenship and sportsmanship.
Travel ball, a lot of the times you go and you play and it's kind of just more of an individual game. But in Legion Baseball, it's more of a team working towards a goal, and I really appreciate that.
That you're playing for something more than just yourself. You're playing for all the past veterans who have served. You're playing for the people who are still serving in the military. And it's a huge honor to be part of this program.
Top of the 6th inning, Doc Stewart's trailing 3-0 in the final game of the regular season here at home against the Hillsdale Merchants. Ramsey Prentice, the first baseman, 1 for 2 today, facing Logan Anderson for the first time. He tees off on an inside pitch, but it is caught in right field, charging in and going to his knees to make the catch. Taj Flora gets underneath it to retire the first man here in the 6th. The defense trying to help out where they can here in this one.
Next batter, number 5,
Cody Roletto, the second baseman, cleanup hitter, 0 for 1 in the game. Grounded into a double play in the 3rd. Also walked in the 1st inning against Danner Wirtz. He'll stand in with 1 out, nobody on. Logan Anderson, first pitch, swinging away. Ball back up the middle for a base hit. So Anderson has given up a hit in every inning that he's been out there pitching. That's the 3rd hit that he's given up. But he's been able to get a double play to end the inning in both the 4th and the 5th. We'll see if he can get a double play here to end things in the 6th, make it 3 straight. Quinn Dufour, the right fielder, drove in a run on a fielder's choice in the 1st inning, grounded into a ground out to shortstop back in the 3rd. He takes ball 1 to get things started. He was the final out in the 3rd inning, but it came right after a ground ball to short for a double play back in that 3rd. Docs have turned 3 double plays here in game 2. Ball sharply hit towards Sprague. They go to second for 1, relay to first. They'll do it again. And the Doc Stewarts will finish things off here in the top half of the sixth with another double play. Logan Anderson's been able to get him. This time it's a 4-6-3 double play. Sprague to Burke, back to Johnson, and the Doc Stewarts defensively doing what they can to try and help out. They just got to get some bats going. No runs on one hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the sixth as the Doc Stewarts need 3 runs to try and tie this one up. 4 to take a lead as they're down to their final 6 outs to work with in regulation on 541radio.com and on the Score 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Johnson Lumber Company, a forward-thinking family company, has been operating in the Douglas County community for over 60 years. Founded by Don R. Johnson, the man who set the tone of commitment to these local communities by providing stable, long-term employment. D.R. Johnson Lumber Company understands the significance of investing in our youth because they are the foundation of our future. That's why they're a proud supporter of Roseburg Doc Stewarts. Come watch the Docs swing some lumber with D.R. Johnson Lumber Company. Go Docs!
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
Financial security allows you the freedom to take stock of what's important and build lasting bonds. We share your goals. Trust Palm Wealth Management to consolidate your investments and generate income for those who need you most. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
First batter for the Docs, number 7, Paxton Burke.
Top of the order coming up for the Roseburg Doc Stewarts, trailing 3-0 against the Hillsdale Merchants. And Reese Fisher still out there on the mound, fires in the first pitch, high and away, a breaking ball to Paxton Burke, who's 0 for 2 in the ballgame, has not been on base here in this one. He'll take inside a 2-0 count. Today's game brought to you by Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or call them at 541-459-1545. The 2-0 pitch to Burke is high and away, a 3-0 count. Fisher falling behind. Reese Fisher has walked 3 batters. All 3 of those came in the second inning. The 3-0 pitch here to Burke. Ball 4. He takes a walk and gets on base for the first time. The Doc Stewarts with the heart of the order coming up here in the 6th inning. The heart of the order is brought to you by Floors by Design. Flooring's at the heart of every home, and Floors by Design is the premier location in Douglas County, offering the latest and greatest from the industry's leading manufacturers. Visit roseburgflooring.com for more information. 1 on, nobody out, a pickoff throw to first, and Burke read it all the way. He gets back into the bag, standing up out there. Fisher delivers in for the 2-hitter Ty Hellenthal. He takes a strike. Ty has flown out to the second baseman and grounded out to the third baseman so far today. Burke with a decent lead at first. The pitch goes home. It's outside for a 1-1 count. Burke has been aggressive on the bases today. Game 1, he had 4 stolen bases, but trailing by 3 and getting down to their final outs to work with here. 6 left to go in the game for the Docs. Maybe being a bit more cautious over there at first and trying to get base runners on. Pitch inside, a 2-1 count for Hellenthal. The 2-1 pitch. Runner is going. The throw down to second base. Not in time. In safely goes Burke as he grabs onto the base. Still laid out and tagging the bag was the third baseman, I believe. Or excuse me, the second baseman, Cody Roletto, trying to make that tag on Paxton Burke. Burke gets his 5th stolen base in this series here. He's into scoring position for the Doc Stewarts. He's the first runner on base since back in the 2nd inning. Pitch high, and that is ball 4 for Ty Hellenthal. Back-to-back walks here in the 6th inning. Docs with runners at first and second, and we get a visit out to the mound. Nobody out. Docs just one hit in the game, but back-to-back walks here. That is 5 walks total in this one for Reese Fisher. With the heart of their order coming up here, Docs looking to try and do some damage. Cal Robbins has the only hit in the game for the Docs, the first hit of the game, and the only hit is always brought to you by MSK True Value. Make sure that your summer projects are a hit with a stop by the MSK family of stores at Myrtle Creek and Tri-City. Cal Robbins, last time up, grounded out to shortstop.
Listen to it on 92.3 FM. Joey Kieran will be doing the calls.
Visit out to the mound, and we're getting some time here. Looks like they are going to break things up. It's still going to be Reese Fisher out on the mound. He's just given up the one hit, but here is an opportunity for the Doc Stewarts to try and see if they can change the tenor of this ball game. Fisher's done a good job of keeping everybody off balance, but with the third time through the lineup going up here and the heart of the order coming up, things are a little in the balance in this one. Nobody out, 2 runners on. Cal Robbins at the plate trying to get something going. Cal takes a strike on the first pitch. Sweeping breaking ball into the right-handed hitter from the lefty on the mound. Cal. 0-1 pitch. The runner going from second, breaking for third, now off the bag at first base. The Doc Stewarts have a man between first and second. Now coming in to score will be Burke, sliding towards first. Out at first base will be Ty Hellenthal. He got stuck in the rundown, but he does distract him enough to allow Paxton Burke to come in to score. So Burke will steal third, and steal home. He steals second, steals third, steals home. And Ty Hellenthal out at first base. He'll get picked off. So the bases are suddenly empty. Docs are down by 2, and there's 1 out. Cal hits one through the left side, and that'll be a base hit. Cal with both hits in this game for the Doc Stewarts. Gets that one through the left side, and definitely wish the Docs might have had some guys on base with that one. Hellenthal, though, was just trying to follow things up and just got caught in no man's land.
The next batter, number 8.
Not sure exactly who all touched the ball to get Hellenthal out, so I'm just going to put it down as a pickoff. And 1 out. Docs have a man at first base. Taj Flora, 0 for 2 in the game, shows a bunt. He'll take high. Back behind the plate, Terrell looks back. Cal Robbins into first base. No RBIs for the Docs so far in this one. RBIs are always brought to you by Umpqua Bank. On the mound, Reese Fisher. The 1-0 pitch. Gets him to pop it up out into center field. It's been a lot of lazy fly balls out to Jackson Poole in center field. And there's another one for the second out. Whether it's great deals on investments, savings on loans and lines of credit, or personal banking with no overdraft fees, you can cash in with Umpqua Bank. Member FDIC. Stop by one of their 6 branches in Douglas County in Roseburg, Sutherland, Myrtle Creek, and Canyonville. So 2 down, and a balk is called against Reese Fisher. And up to second base goes Cal Robbins. So Robbins now into scoring position. Dane St. Clair at the plate. He is 0 for 1 in the game, drew a walk in the second. Doc Stewarts trail by 2 here in the 6th inning, down to their final 4 outs to work with. Outside from Fisher from ball 1. St. Clair waiting, the lefty-lefty matchup here. The 1-0 pitch from Fisher. He takes a lot of time, now delivers. Dane launches one into orbit down the right field side, but that goes well foul. And that'll end up out there, presumably in the parking lot, hopefully nowhere close to my vehicle. Try to park in a safe spot. But Dane looking to try and reach it out that direction. That'll be strike one for the lefty. St. Clair batting fifth in the lineup. The 1-1 pitch from Fisher is sent out towards center field. Holding, now drifting back. Jackson Poole's there for the catch. And the Doc Stewarts get one, but they can't get more. So they're within two. They get one run on one hit. There were no errors, and you had one runner left on base. So the Doc Stewarts within two as we head to the seventh inning, trying to keep it a two-run deficit. Logan Anderson on the mound here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Turn your home into your dream sanctuary with help from Douglas County Farmers Co-op. For over 100 years, we've carried everything you need to keep your garden and crops green and growing, including a large selection of soil mixes, composts, fertilizers, and other soil amendments. You'll also find stones, boulders, gravel, and more to add structure and diversity to your yard. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Top of the seventh inning, Logan Anderson will still be out there working for the Doc Stewarts, and he will face Ezra Weiss, Carter Lamb, and Reese Fisher, the three batters due up here in the seventh inning. Carter Lamb is 2 for 2 in the game. The rest of them are 0 for 2, the three hitters due up here. 3-1 the score. The visiting Hillsdale Merchants in the lead. Doc's trying to make sure that it does not grow here in the seventh inning. The first pitch from Logan Anderson in for a strike. Ezra Weiss is 0 for 2 in the game with a couple of ground outs to second. He'll take high and away, a 1-1 count. Weiss was the first man to face off against Logan Anderson. He had the ball that hit off his front foot, took a wild spin off the turf on the infield, and then a wild throw to first base. He ended up at third. He hits it off his front foot again. This time they pick it up quickly. It's a 1-2 count. The throw went to first. He ended up running all the way from home, all the way around to third. And before they finally determined, yes, it was a foul ball, he had to go back to the plate, and on the very next pitch, grounded out to second base. He's got a 1-2 count, and he will ground one up the middle, and it will get past Tegan Sprague. A slow roller. Sprague playing towards the right side of the infield. Was a little bit out of the position for that one and able to just sneak it through. Ezra Weiss goes towards second base for a third time and finally gets one to work through for a single. He's on with nobody out. That's the 8th hit in the ball game for the Merchants. They've had a hit in every inning so far. It's a pickoff throw to first, not in time. They've had one hit at least in every inning. First pitch now to Carter Lamb. Runner was going. That ball popped up. It'll be Jake Johnson calling for it. It finally comes down and back in feet first. To first base goes Ezra Weiss. Ball caught in foul territory. Carter Lamb out number 1. And Ezra Weiss running on the pitch. Manages to get back to first base in time to avoid a double play. But a man at first with one out. Reese Fisher up to bat. And this is the time that Logan Anderson has been getting double plays. He has done a lot of those. Gets a strike on the outside corner. Docs have had a double play to end every inning from the 4th inning on. 4th, 5th, and the 6th have all ended in a double play for Roseburg. The 0-1 pitch to Fisher. And ground ball, slow roller towards second. They're only going to get the out at first. It was one that looked like it was tailor-made for a double play, but they're not able to get it as the ball takes too long to get to Tegan Sprague. Sprague does the next best thing. He gets an out.
Next batter, number 55.
There's two down with a man at second base, and up to bat will be the 9-hitter Chase Terrell, who has struck out twice. Chase Terrell holds up on a check swing on a ball in the dirt, a 1-0 count. The 1-0 pitch. Called for a strike. 3-1 our score. Docs Baseball brought to you by Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or give them a call at 541-459-1545. Swing and a miss for strike two. Chase Terrell down to his final strike in this at-bat. Runner going as the ball's in the dirt. Behind the plate, Amos Bowers did everything he could to make sure the ball didn't get by, but he didn't play it cleanly enough to be able to make a play on it at third base. So Ezra Weiss has moved his way all the way around to third. The 2-2 pitch out on the front foot. Chase Terrell will fly this one out to center field. Dane St. Clair is there for the catch. And the Doc Stewarts will get through the top half of the seventh inning. No runs, one hit, no errors, and one man left on base. It's 3-1. All three runs coming early on in this game for the Hillsdale Merchants. It's been all zeros since the second. But the Doc Stewarts finally getting on the board in the sixth. Will need 2 runs to keep this game going or 3 to walk off with a win. We head to the bottom of the seventh inning. It's 3-1. The Merchants in front of the Docs on 541radio.com and on the score 92.3 FM at 1490 AM.
To expand your portfolio, consolidate your investments with Palm Wealth Management. Our trusted team makes it easy to diversify and track your investments. Let Palm Wealth Management coordinate your financial strategy. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Hundreds of years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on Southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua Tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
We head to the bottom of the seventh inning. The Roseburg Dr. Stewarts trailing by 2, and out on the mound, Reese Fisher will try to close this one out with a complete game. He will face Jake Johnson, Daniel Withers, and Amos Bowers here in the bottom of the seventh. Docs need 2 to keep it going, 3 to grab a lead and walk off with a win.
Off the bottom of the seventh inning, number 17, Jake Johnson.
Jake Johnson is 0 for 2 with a couple of fly ball outs to center field so far. Takes the first pitch inside from ball 1. Feels as if the Docs have just been a little bit off here in this one against Fisher. He's done a good job of keeping them off balance. And that has resulted in a lot of these lazy fly balls to the outfield. A strike on the corner, 1-1 count. Final game here at home for the Doc Stewarts this summer. It's amazing to say that. It feels like the season is unending, and then finally it gets here, and it's like, wow, okay, I got to pack up all this stuff here from the booth, and I won't be coming up here for games on a regular basis for 6 months or whatever it is. It's going to be more than that. The 2-1 pitch, grounded left side. A nice scoop by Lamb. His throw to first a bit high, but staying on the bag is Prentice. There's one down as Jake Johnson will ground out. Hit it pretty well, but Lamb with a side swipe at that ball right at him. Kind of a smile on his face out there, as I think he knows he got lucky that he ended up with that one in his glove. one out. Daniel Withers will stand in. He's 0 for 1. Flew out to the catcher in his last at-bat. Takes at the knees on the inside half for strike one. Let's see, it's July, so probably almost 8 months until we're back here at the ballpark again. As a ball popped up right side, foul territory for the first baseman. Reaching up and making the grab, Prentice is there, and the Doc Stewarts are down to their final out in the final home game of the season. Docs were looking to try and make it a 5-game win streak to end the year. Be their longest win streak of the season. They're going to have quite the rally to get there. Amos Bowers is hoping to start it. He has been on base once with a walk. Grounded out to the pitcher as well on a bunt attempt. He takes inside for ball one. These two teams scheduled to meet again in the first round of the state tournament on Saturday at 10 a.m. So if you've enjoyed today's games, get ready. We'll have it a third time coming up next weekend, just about a week away from today. 2-0 count. Hitting the outside corner, Bowers takes a strike on the breaking ball from Reese Fisher. Reese Fisher trying to go the distance for a complete game two-hitter and allowing just one run. His 2-1 pitch. Grounded towards third, played by Lamb. His throw across the diamond on target, and there you go. That's a complete game victory for Reese Fisher as the Doc Stewarts managed just 2 hits in this one, and they score just 1 run. Final score 3-1. We'll take a 3-minute timeout and wrap up the regular season when we return on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM at 1490 AM.
Of years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on Southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
When it comes to finances, it can be hard to know what's in your best interest. Experience the strength of advice at Palm Wealth Management. From education and estate planning to retirement and the unexpected, we can help. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Find everything you need to enjoy the outdoors, at home or on the road, at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our garden center has what you need to create an oasis at home, from patio furniture to plants and everything in between. And whether you're barbecuing at home or tailgating at the game, we stock the best products from Yeti, Traeger, and Weber. Stop by or shop online at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
D.R. Johnson Lumber Company, a forward-thinking family company, has been operating in the Douglas County community for over 60 years. Founded by Don R. Johnson, the man who set the tone of commitment to these local communities by providing stable, long-term employment. D.R. Johnson Lumber Company understands the significance of investing in our youth because they are the foundation of our future. That's why they're a proud supporter of Roseburg Doc Stewarts. Come watch the Docs swing some lumber with D.R. Johnson Lumber Company. Go Docs!
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.
Well, the regular season comes to an end for the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts with a loss against the Hillsdale Merchants. Docs will fall to 21-18 on the year. The Merchants get to 25-7 on the season. And for the Doc Stewarts, the month of July definitely has been better than it was in the month of June. They have worked their way into the second place finish in Area 4. And now they will see if they can take some of the momentum they built here in the second half of the season, despite this loss here today. See if they can take in a head of steam going into the state tournament, getting started on Saturday with the Doc Stewarts taking on these Hillsdale Merchants at 10 o'clock in the morning Saturday at Joe Etzel Field on the campus of the University of Portland. Doc Stewart's hoping to make it a deep run in the postseason once again. After 4 consecutive years of getting to the second to last day of the tournament, Docs are hoping to see if maybe they can find their way into that final day of the tournament here in 2025. Well, game 2 of our doubleheader, we'll recap that first. A 6-3 win for the Doc Stewarts in game 1 on top of the Merchants, but the Merchants come back and earn a split here on the road. They have a couple of games left to go in their regular season. They're going to be taking on Corvallis tomorrow at 5, and then they face Wilsonville at 6 o'clock on Tuesday. Those will be non-league games. They're just getting some games into play over the next couple of days. They'll be playing there. So they're not done with their regular season. Doc Stewarts, meanwhile, they wrap it up and now have a week before, well, 5 days before they start heading north to go to Portland and hoping to have a run in the postseason. Game 2 final 3-1. Taking a look at our D.R. Johnson Lumber Company scoreboard update. 3 runs, 8 hits, no errors, and 3 men left on base for the Merchants. Doc Stewarts with 1 run on 2 hits, 1 error, and 4 men left on base. It was 2 runs in the first, 1 in the second, and that's how Hillsdale got all 3 of their runs. Docs would score 1 in the 6th, and their comeback efforts, though, would fall short. D.R. Johnson making lumber since 1951, a progressive family-owned company proudly supporting our local youth. If you can make the trip to Portland, come on out and watch the Docs swing some lumber. Getting the win will be Reese Fisher. He goes 7 innings. He allowed 1 run on 2 hits. He had 5 walks and no strikeouts. Taking the loss, Danner Wirtz, after 3 innings, he gives up 3 runs on 4 hits with 2 walks and 2 strikeouts. Logan Anderson pitched the final 4 innings, did not allow a run on 4 hits, no walks, and 1 strikeout for Anderson. Kind of just funny to look at this box score. Docs only with 2 hits, but they did walk 5 times. They leave 4 men on base. It just had opportunities, it seemed like, but just could never quite do anything much against Reese Fisher. Fisher gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 of the 21 outs were fly ball outs for Reese Fisher. He was able to just get the Docs to just pop up a lot of lazy fly balls here in this one, including a number of them to center fielder Jackson Poole had a busy day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 putouts for Jackson Poole out in center field in this one. The Doc Stewarts just could not quite square anything up here in Game 2. Meanwhile, the Hillsdale Merchants, they got 8 hits, but a lot of double plays in this one for the Doc Stewarts. 4 of them total in this one to help the Docs limit the base runners out there. The Merchants got 2 in the first after a walk and a single. They were able to capitalize on the runners on base there in that first inning to score twice, a stolen base on a double steal. Got the first run to come in, and then a RBI single, or an RBI fielder's choice for Quinn Defoe to 4. But that would be 2 runs there in that first inning. That's all they'd get there. They would get another one, single, and then an error in center field allowed Carter Lamb to get from first all the way around to third. And he would score on a wild pitch, made it 3-0, and that's all they'd get. They'd get runners on in every inning, but double plays would help knock them down throughout the today's ball game. So a fairly tight one there. Both teams kind of on the verge of a lot of stuff throughout this one, but could not find a way to really break things open for either side. Danner Wirtz does fall to 3-1, taking his first loss of the season. So Riley Cheney in Game 1 got his first win of the season, and now Danner Wirtz in Game 2, unfortunately, takes his first loss of the season. Taking a look at offensive numbers, Jackson Poole had a big day in this doubleheader. He had 2 hits in Game 1, following up 3 hits in Game he had 2 hits in Game 2, following up 3 hits in Game 1. Cam Hammer was 1 for 3 in Game 2. Ramsey Prentice was 1 for 3 in Game 2. Cody Roletto was 1 for 2 in Game 2 with a walk. Quinn Dufour was 0 for 3, but did drive in a run on a fielder's choice. Ezra Weiss was 1 for 3. Carter Lamb 2 for 3 in this one with a double, a single, also scored a run. Reese Fisher 0 for 3, and Chase Terrell 0 for 3 in this one as well. For the Doc Stewarts, just 2 hits in the ballgame. They both go to Cal Robbins here in Game 2. He had a pair of singles in this one. Doc Stewart's got a man on base. Paxton Burke scores in the 6th inning. He stole second, stole third, and stole home to score the only run of the game for the Doc Stewarts. Well, the Docs are 21-18, but they've got some momentum. They've seen this team will not be unfamiliar with the team on the other side, the Hillsdale Merchants, when they get ready to take the field at Joe Edsel Field at the University of Portland coming up on Saturday. We believe that'll be our next broadcast of Doc Stewart's baseball, barring any sort of changes coming up here over the next couple of days. But as it stands right now, it looks like it'll be Doc Stewart's against the Hillsdale Merchants Saturday morning at 10 a.m., first game of the AAA American Legion Baseball State Tournament here at Champion Car Wash Field. So hopefully you'll be there to join us. If you can't make it up there, we're going to have the coverage for you here on The Score and on our video stream, 1490 The Score on YouTube. Watch it there as well. We'll look forward to covering all that for you. Another state tournament coming up for the Doc Stewarts in about a week. Docs will have some downtime here over the next couple of days as they gear up for that run to the postseason. As we wrap it up here with you tonight, I want to say thanks to the Hillsdale Merchants for coming down and playing this game here with us. A good couple of ball games for us here this afternoon. A lot of fun to be here at the ballpark one more time here during this summer season. I want to say thanks to head coach Tim Sester for all of the time he has allowed me with the team here this summer, as well as all the time that he's given me personally to sit and chat about baseball and do our interviews and all of that. It's been a lot of fun to work with Tim as the head coach here with the Doc Stewarts here this summer. Appreciate that, as well as appreciate all the support and the access that the Douglas County Baseball Association has given us here this summer, and the opportunity to bring you Doc Stewart's baseball again here on The Score. I want to say thanks to Dale Cranford back in the studio for the radio production here today for this double header. Appreciate that, as well as all of our board ops here throughout the summer. And as always, thanks to you, the fan, for tuning in for today's broadcast, because, of course, without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. I'm Joey Kieran. Also want to say thanks to Knight Urensky, who's covered games throughout the summer here with the Doc Stewarts as well. We're not done. I know it kind of sounds like I'm wrapping up the season, but we're not done. The regular season is done. We've got the postseason to go, and the Doc Stewarts will play at least 2 more games. They will play in the double elimination tournament up at the Joe Edsel Field at the University of Portland. We'll have the schedule. We'll put once we kind of confirm everything. We've got what we believe it is, and I feel pretty confident in what it is, but we'll confirm everything, and we'll have that schedule for you up online at 541radio.com, and we'll have the schedule and details about the state tournament and preview of the state tournament all going up there online, so stay tuned for that coming up later and throughout this week. But we're not done yet. We got the postseason coming up, and we'll definitely keep you posted on what's coming up for the Doc Stewarts here on The Score. And looking forward to that. Docs will have, again, at least 2 games, hopefully more. But they'll play definitely Saturday and Sunday up in Portland in the state tournament, and hoping that they make it into Monday, Tuesday, and into Wednesday as well. It's been a fun regular season, and I'm really proud of this Doc Stewarts team on the effort that they did to get themselves into the state tournament. After the way things started, it definitely looked like things might be a little dire, but this team has come around. Before we wrap things up here with the close on the broadcast, let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for station identification. Doc Stewart's baseball here on The Score. The Roseburg Dr. Stewarts are headed to the state tournament looking to win their first state title since 2010. We'll see if they are able to do that, as they will take on some of the best teams around the state of Oregon coming up this next weekend at Joe Etzel Field on the campus of the University of Portland. That's when we'll be back on the air. 9:45 Saturday morning, we'll have the coverage as the Doc Stewarts kick off the 2025 AAA American Legion Baseball State Tournament against the Hillsdale Merchants, who they just played 2 games against here today. We'll see what Game 3 has in store for us, and we'll have the action for you. You can tune in and catch Doc Stewart's Baseball, the live video simulcast online at 541radio.com and on our 1490 The Score YouTube channel. We have it for you there. And, folks, thanks so much for tuning in and joining us for Doc Stewart's Baseball right here on Douglas County's home for sports, The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.